The storm in Cleveland just won't calm down, and at the center of it all stands Shador Sanders, a young quarterback whose very presence has ignited one of the fiercest debates in the NFL today. Once again, the Browns are under the microscope, and the question pounding in every fan's head is simple. How much longer can this franchise ignore the inevitable? The drumbeat for Sanders is growing louder, echoing across sports talk shows, fan forums, and even the words of some of football's sharpest voices. And the message is clear. The Browns have no other option left but Shador Sanders. From the very beginning, this wasn't just about football, it was about identity. Sanders, son of Deion primetime Sanders, was never destined to be a silent figure tucked away on a scout team. His game has always been about winning, and for as long as he's played, that's all he's done. Yet here he is, buried behind a carousel of quarterbacks, watching Joe Flacco stumble under pressure and Dylan Gabriel thrown into the fire while he waits for his chance. It's become more than frustrating, it's humiliating. Shedeur himself has been bold enough to say it out loud. He's better than many quarterbacks starting in the NFL right now, and he's ready to prove it. The breaking point came after Detroit's game, where Flacco crumbled and the Browns, instead of turning to Sanders, turned to Gabriel. That decision was a slap in the face. Not just to Sanders, but to the coaches and teammates who have been quietly buzzing about his dominance behind closed doors. Mary Kay Cabot's reports only added more fuel, revealing the hype inside the building, where everyone has seen Sanders light up scout team reps. The disconnect between what's happening in practice and the choices being made on the field is widening into an outright rift. Sanders is done being patient, and now he's speaking his truth, and he isn't alone. Analysts and former players are lining up to back him. Shannon Sharpe, with his trademark fire, didn't mince words. He ripped into the Browns' handling of Sanders, claiming the organization never even drafted him with true intent. To Shannon, it looks like they treated Shedeur as a gamble, a fifth-round roll of the dice rather than a real plan to build the future. And that's exactly the problem. Not Shadeur's skill, but the Browns' mentality. They don't see him as their guy, even as he keeps proving he is. Then came "Ooh," a voice that made the debate even sharper. With unshakable conviction, he fired back at every critic who tried to tear Sanders down, making it clear that the narrative against Shedeur was never fair analysis, but deliberate attempts to rattle his focus. According to him, everyone knows Sanders is the best quarterback option Cleveland has. His words weren't just commentary. They were a challenge to the Browns' front office. He reminded everyone that this isn't college anymore. This is the NFL, a league of grown men, fathers feeding families, warriors who don't play games with rookies. Elevating Dylan Gabriel might have looked like strategy, but to Ooh, it was nothing more than another attempt to break Sanders. But Sanders isn't breaking. Instead, he's demanding what he's earned. He's daring the Browns to let him play with the real weapons. Jerry Jeudy, David Njoku, the starters who can unleash his full potential. "If I can do this with 3s and 4s and 2s in a preseason game," he said, "what do you think will happen when I have the real arsenal?" His confidence isn't arrogance, it's a track record. All his life, all he's done is win. And he's ready to do it again on the biggest stage, yet the Browns keep hesitating. And that hesitation is starting to look like a curse. Ooh pointed out what every Cleveland fan knows deep down. This franchise hasn't had a dependable quarterback since Bernie Kosar back in the 1980s. That's not just a fun fact, it's an indictment. Decades of revolving doors, failed experiments, and wasted potential have left this team desperate for stability. Baker Mayfield gave them a couple years, but nothing lasting. Every time it's the same story. And now, even with Sanders in their grasp, they're dragging their feet. Shannon Sharpe took it even further, saying what so many fans are thinking. This isn't about Sanders being unproven. It's about the Browns being stuck in outdated thinking. He blasted the front office for refusing to see what's right in front of them. In his eyes, Shedeur should be treated as a legitimate franchise quarterback, not a side project. Every rep he takes in practice, every moment he dominates with backups, it all screams that he's ready. But instead of handing him the keys, the Browns are treating him like a spare part. And here's the irony. Outside of Cleveland, other teams are already circling. Rumors swirl about San Francisco with Brock Purdy sidelined. Imagine Sanders in Kyle Shanahan's system, surrounded by elite talent, getting the shot the Browns won't give him. Miami whispers have started too, with fans already dreaming about what he could do with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. The NFL isn't waiting for Cleveland to figure it out, and that's the danger. If the Browns don't act soon, they may once again watch another franchise unlock the potential they refuse to embrace. But let's not sugarcoat it. The Browns' quarterback room is a pressure cooker right now. Joe Flacco's veteran presence is fading fast, Dylan Gabriel looks overmatched, and the locker room itself is starting to feel the tension. Even Stefanski is cracked, finally criticizing Flacco after Detroit's disaster, something he had avoided until now. For the first time this season, the head coach admitted Sanders is in the running to start, maybe as soon as Week 5. But is that real belief or just a way to quiet the noise? For Sanders, this is more than just about playing time. It's about respect. It's about proving he belongs not just in the league, but at the forefront of it. He's watched long enough, and now he's drawn the line in the sand. Play him or let him walk. Cleveland is standing at a crossroads. They can cling to their carousel of mediocrity, or they can embrace the moment and build around a quarterback who has both the talent and the mentality to change their future. The time for patience is over, the excuses have run dry. Sanders isn't asking anymore, he's demanding. And the world is watching to see whether the Browns will finally wake up or whether another team will take what they were too blind to see. So now the question is yours. Are the Browns making a colossal mistake by holding Shador Sanders back? Should they finally hand him the keys and see what he can really do? Or is the organization right to take its time, waiting for some mythical perfect moment that may never come? And what happens if San Francisco or Miami makes their move first? Will Cleveland regret it for the next decade? Let us know your thoughts in the comments.